it alone.
What are you doing? Oh.
I know. Oh, you made it.
I'm a gamer. Okay.
I did not make it.
I missed. Do a flip. Oh, thank you, thank you. Or was that for K? I'm gonna say the applause was for K.
Prism to the apparatus. What the fuck does that mean?
I always forget where the apparatus is.
Don't you hate it when you forget where the apparatus is?
Yeah, you gotta connect the prism to the apparatus. Come on, didn't you learn this in like kindergarten?
No.
Oh, I'm on a dinosaur.
Why do you sound so upset?
Ah, beast! Still on.
You're doing good.
Massage. Oh my god. No.
I don't know. They just said they hope they keep kissing.
I don't want them to kiss. What is it? Oh no, she's sad. Why are you sad?
She's confident again.
That was so fast.
Okay, that's fine. He can take it. He can take it.
Okay.
He can take it. This twink can take so much damage. Oh, he can't. It's fine.
Oh!
No!
What the fuck? What? Wait, what?
No, I'm gonna cry.
What? Hi, guys. Good morning. I'm sorry I took away hi, Prongles. Now only I can say hi. I'm so tired. Is it because you stayed up playing Valheim? Oh, or maybe because of that. Some teen carjacker abandoned his ride and got caught in front of my house? Well, that's unfortunate. Were they just loud, or did they, like, were you questioned for being a witness or anything? I doubt anyone would have contacted you. I'm sure it was just very loud and annoying. Well, today, guys, I'm playing a new game. Not so much game as I will just be reading. I'm pretty sure this is exclusively a visual novel. No choices or options or anything, but it is full of beautiful art, women, woman for sure, and some nice music. I can't remember who all. I think multiple people have worked on the music. Yeah, but Toby Fox has done at least some of it, which is exciting. Exclusively non-TOS safe nudity. Yeah, we're just gonna, it's all nudity, the whole game. There were 12 cops out front, so it was noisy and the lights were on. They were there until 1 a.m. because I think they were looking for the kid's accomplice. Ugh, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully, you can sleep easier tonight. Alright, we're gonna get started. I probably will try and stay focused on the game today. Obviously, feel free to chat, but don't go too crazy. And let me know if the music is too loud. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get into voices as I learn who all the characters are. Thought I told you to run, kiddo. What does it look like I'm doing? Getting caught. But hey, I get it. You've got a heart. That's what landed you in this mess, right? I'm sorry, kid. Really, I am. Wish there were more I could do for you, but both of us are out of options. So where are you gonna go? Where you said. Somewhere I can dream. Where I can be as selfish as I want to be. Only question is what to do when no place like that exists. But I'll figure something out. I noticed the records you swiped from my office. You're not really going after it, are you? Thanks for the lead, old man. Maybe I'll see you in the next world. Chapter 1, Selfish Virtue. I don't know anything about this story, by the way. The Lamplight, Heart of Tarn. The first inn to become famous after the treasure hunting boom took off. A few decades ago, on a day like this, it would have been swarming with people. Tonight, there's only one customer. In a manner of speaking, anyway. I arrived a few months ago, needing a place to stay while I continued my search in the area. Alma's pride wouldn't let her take money from an old friend, but I eventually convinced her to accept my services instead. Since then, I've been helping her look after the guests here. Guests, yes. The village is sick and elderly, given shelter from the unkind weather, not customers. Most were once treasure hunters themselves, but the age for that ended too soon, before they'd found anything to build a life on. Tonight's dinner could be described charitably as soup, or realistically as onion water. Most of our guests chose the latter. Though I normally try to encourage them to keep up healthy appetites, I couldn't blame them for the nearly full dishes I gathered this time. Alma's a terrific cook, really, but I doubt she sees much point in trying these days. I can't blame her either. The dining room is deserted, tabletops lined with dust, rugs trampled thin. The television is purely decorative now, with no signal to pick up since Tarn was cut off years ago. Okay, so they have technology. About the only glimmer of the past comes from the crackling fireplace, where explorers would have once crowded together, sharing stories. Gonna come down or what? Alma, the owner of the Lamplight. She leans against the bar, smoking a cigarette. Oh, I didn't see you. You were seeing something. What? And don't say how badly you want me to clean this place up. No. Well, no, but you really ought to consider selling the TV. At least. It may be old, but it'll still work in the mosaic. Huh, is that all? I know you know, Alma. It just caught my eye. I join her at the bar and set down the tray. Something hangs heavy in the air as we look over the empty room together. Instead, I decide to turn my gaze outside. The largest windows face away from the mosaic, out toward the promise of the new world. I've grown used to the view now, the towering shadows of mountains, empty homes scattered on the snow. Only tonight, someone's coming. By the time I made it to the door, the visitor had collapsed in a heap at the threshold. Oh no, give me a hand, would you? Yeah. Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She does look awfully pale, but I think she'll be all right. There we are. How are you feeling? Welcome, dear. Ah, Alma's old customer service voice. It's been a while since I've heard that. Will you be needing a room? Or maybe you're just here to dine with us tonight. Room? Then I've made it? This is the Lamplight? The one and only, serving the spirit of discovery since... Oh, thank goodness. I need your help. Great. Another charity case. Don't be heartless, Alma. A decent meal is the very least we can offer. Yeah. As Alma trudges to the kitchen, I take a seat across from the stranger. You should know there's an emphasis on that decent. I wouldn't set my expectations too high if I were you. Oh, I'll be happy with anything. You're too kind. But we haven't even gotten to your problem. You said you needed help. The woman breathes a long, thin sigh. There's somewhere I need to get to. I heard this was a gathering place for treasure hunters, so I hoped one of them could escort me. But where are you headed? Do you know of a ruin near here called the Hollow Temple? Forget it. Alma emerges from the kitchen with a lukewarm cup of soup in her hand. She hands it off to the woman. Waste of a trip, honey. It's a short walk, sure, but the woods are infested. If you're not going to pay for a room, at least spare me from having to report your body to the shield. Alma. What? Better to be honest. I have to. I have to go. I saw it in a dream. The god of that temple visited me and said that if I prayed at the altar, I'd be cured. I've suffered from this illness all my life, and now I've finally been shown a cure. I have to go. Teal, do you have a beanie on? No, not today. Not today. These headphones, the ones I'm wearing now, fit me a lot better than the ones that I wear at work. And here I thought you came for treatment from the good doctor here. Well, suit yourself. You're a doctor? That's her idea of a joke. You'd be generous to call me a caretaker. I'm not sure how much my humble remedies could do for this illness of yours, but I'm more than willing to try. The woman softly shakes her head. I've seen 1,000,000 doctors, and not one of them could help me. I know it must sound like nonsense, but that temple is my only hope. I see. Out of curiosity, have you ever heard how the so-called Hollow Temple got its name? No. There's nothing in it. Oh. For years, people were convinced there had to be some secret hidden beneath the surface. But as it turns out, it's just an empty building. I'm sorry to say this, but without the promise of treasure, you'd have a hard time convincing any treasure hunters to make the trip. If you could find any here. Then this is it for me. Hold on. I was going to say I would be happy to go with you. You? I know. You were hoping for someone a bit more suited to the rigors of the road, let's say. The truth is, I've been meaning to visit that temple myself. Sooner or later, I'll be going either way. And I do intend to get you there in one piece. To get there in one piece, for what it's worth. Really? At the very least, we don't have anything to lose by going together. Safety in numbers and all. Is this the one with the morally dubious lesbians? I think so. I don't know, but I do know that everyone I've seen who play this game, everyone I've seen play this game, play visual novels with lesbians in them. So, coincidence? I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for that streak, Velvet. Yummy points. Listen, why don't you give it some thought? Whoa, whoa, whoa. She just said, wait, I'll go. That was fast. Are you sure? You're the first stranger who's offered to help me. If this is my only chance of making it to the temple, I have to take it. Let's not be strangers, then. Loic. Ismay. Ismay. Thank you, Loic. Tonight's clear skies are a rarity. Given the urgency of Ismay's plight, I'm not surprised that she wants to go right away. Besides, it's a short enough trip that we should be back before the next snowfall rolls in. And now you're off into the cold for this random girl. Why am I not surprised? She needs help, Alma. I like to think you'd do the same. Please. Some of us know how to look out for ourselves first. You should try it sometime. Thanks for the concern. See you in the morning, all right? Lolly also got the streak. You have streaks now? I've been seeing them in a lot more channels. So I'm curious if they've if they're rolling it out to everyone. Thank you for the hydrate, Underfighter. Velvet, I saw that same comment. The art is nice, though I don't find the demo featured characters to be very interesting. I was interested in the game because I heard there was a large anthropomorphic alligator. Streaks are turned on for everyone now. Finally. Oh yeah, that's true. I think I had one in Pongle's chat the other day. And maybe I'm not used to that. Cast profiles have been added. Oh. Loic Ard. The not quite customer. Don't be heartless, Alma. A decent meal is the very least we can offer. Long-term guests at the Lamplight all know the proprietress's friend, a man with gentle eyes who keeps an impressive array of potted plants in the otherwise dreary lobby. Seeing how many chores he does around the inn, newcomers tend to assume he's the owner, but it usually doesn't take long for Alma to set them straight. Ismay, the blessed. You're the first stranger who's offered to help me. A sick young woman. While the exact nature of her illness is unclear, it has made her desperate enough to brave the frosty wilderness in search of a possible cure. She speaks softly, yet bears in her eyes a willful spark. I love these profiles. And Alma Brioldi? The innkeeper. You were seeing something. What? And don't say how badly you want me to clean this place up. Since moving to Tarn as a teenager, Alma has never truly thought of the mosaic as her home. She helped establish the Lamplight long before inheriting it from her father, serving cheer and world-class cooking to guests who regaled her with tales of adventure. Of course, cheer was easier when the business still brought in money. These days, despite what she may claim, Alma runs a charity for the forcibly retired treasure hunters she can't bear to turn her back on. In the beginning, the builder looked to the horizon and foresaw the death of the world. To preserve life, he raised a great tower, a new home for all of humanity. The mosaic. From the farthest reaches, he gathered every soul together into one most peaceful nation, a perfect refuge from the storm. Ages on, when all had stilled, the people of the mosaic opened their gates to see what remained, and found a ruined land owned by no one. Thus did they set forth to pick clean the bones of the world they forgot. I remember hearing so many stories about the world outside the mosaic. Oh, okay, so at the top left, it tells me, I think, whose, like, perspective I'm switching to. An endless expanse where the spirit of discovery soared on the wind, inviting the bold. Walking through this ghost town, I can't imagine it. When the first treasure hunters found this place, it was already in ruins. They built it up into a new town, only for it to shrivel into nothing again. All that wasted effort. Every little gust of wind sets the windows chattering in these ramshackle houses. But beyond all this, out in the mountains, I can almost hear the faint voice of my own personal spirit of discovery. Ismay. I hope this doesn't sound rude, but I wonder how that cloak will hold up against the cold. Oh. The temple's a straight shot from here, but we are going to have to walk it. Will you be all right? Yes. You say that, but you're suffering enough from your illness. Please don't push yourself. Really, I'm fine. Eating something gave me the strength I needed, I think. If you insist. But now that I'm thinking about it, he removes one of the flowers pinned to the clasp on his collar. This is a Policia? In the language of flowers, it means fire. That's funny. Is it? I just thought flower language was, I don't know, unrequited love, things like that. Most people know it that way. In this region, long ago, these flowers were common travelers' charms meant to ease the cold. Just an old superstition, but it can't hurt. Here. I love world building like that. It tickles my brain. Give me more abstract, isolated lands where the world outside is a mystery or fucked up. Yeah! Yeah, those stories are fun. I agree. And do you normally give these out? One way or another. Flowers are my business. I guess you could say some habits from the shop are hard to shake, even on the road. So you're a florist. A superstitious one, it turns out. I hope I haven't put you off. Not at all. It's a kind thought. Thank you. Even if the spirit of discovery is dead, the kindness of strangers apparently lives on. When our fingers brush, I feel warmth. And not just a faint touch, but a steady embrace that spreads comfortably over my skin. Let's be off. Ready? Oh, right. For all my fussing over Ismay, I'm barely dressed for the cold myself. The snow is too thick for the middle of spring. Then again, any ideas about right or wrong with regard to the weather seem arbitrary. In my months at the lamplight, I've come to appreciate the cold. A sudden chill against my face feels refreshing when I know it wasn't decided by committee. Aww. At such times, I think there are still treasures to be found outside the mosaic. Do those have a meaning too? My gaze follows Ismay's to a patch of weeds poking through the frost. Dandelions? Sure. mundanity. That's a joke, right? Do you think so? If every flower has a meaning, some of them are bound to be less exciting than others. I suppose. Ah. We brace ourselves against a sudden wind. It's a good thing we set out tonight. This time tomorrow, I expect we'll have another blizzard on us. They left her. It's crazy to me that they just like left in the middle of the night. Thank you again, Loic. I didn't think you'd be willing to go so soon. I didn't think it could wait. Maybe not for me. But why were you planning to visit the temple? I'm curious, considering it's hollow and all. Oh, did I not say? I'm going for the same reason as you. To be cured? But you seem perfectly healthy. An apple a day. But that's not quite what I mean. I'm not interested in investigating the temple itself so much as the local flora. I don't suppose you've heard of the glass bell? I'm sorry, I haven't. Gigi's art is always a treat. I know, it's so, the like brush, the painting, ugh, it's so good. Even like the scenes are like, it's like the line art is rough and like scribbly, but that doesn't mean that it's like bad or drawn without care. It just has this like loose feeling to it that I really like. Did you read Lady of the Shard? I did not, actually. That's one of Gigi's other works, right? You would like it? Maybe I will consider playing that as well. I'm sorry, I haven't. Perfectly understandable. The glass bell is a very peculiar flower, one said to be potent enough to cure any malady. That's too good to be true? Maybe. It's never been seen, only told of in old writings. If it does exist, it could grow anywhere. And so I search everywhere. And who is it for? Let's not talk about that. In fact, enough about me. Tell me about yourself, Ismay. Huh? There isn't much to tell. I'm not very special. Okay, Ismay. Cast title of the Blessed. Come now. Not many can say they've been called upon by a god. It's not something to brag about. Especially at home. Not in his vision. Huh. I guess not. You're religious then? More my family. When she turns toward the ever-present pillar on the horizon, I can only imagine the expression that darkens her face. I grew up praying for the builder to cure me, but that wasn't in his vision. When my family learns I came this far, all at the word of a pagan god, I'll probably be disowned. But alive and well. We can always pick up the pieces from there, can't we? That's true. Ismay, the runaway. Alive and well. The words ring in my ears. To be honest, the cold didn't bother me at all. It never does. Now, though, I have real warmth to compare it to. Now, I have a way out. A path to alive and well. Ah, there's our temple. Can you see it? But the bridge is out. Oh, don't worry about that. It's been out of commission for months. The reason I put this trip off for so long, in fact. Is it ever going to be fixed? Huh. At this point, I wouldn't count on it. Putting aside the lack of interest, Tarn just doesn't have the means anymore. Oh. But we can take a detour. This way. We go off the path into the thick of the woods. I try to focus on what waits at the end of this hike, but in spite of myself, I keep thinking of that word the innkeeper used to describe this place. Infested. They say that when the old world died, and the builder created his paradise for mankind, he let in 2 of every animal in nature. The rest were left behind as the clouds rolled in. Did you hear that? Unfortunately. You said you had a plan for dealing with monsters, didn't you? Did I? I really like her face here. That's a good face. Didn't you? I remember saying that I meant to get to the temple in one piece. But a plan... I could certainly try to come up with something now, if you'd like. Seems like that might be a good thing to do. Yes. How fast can you run, do you think? Probably not very. On account of being deathly ill and all. Oh, right. Forgive me. That was thoughtless. Outside the safety of the mosaic, deadly rain came pouring from the skies. It ate through stone and steel, washing entire cities and nations away. But the animals caught in the flood changed. They trembled and twisted and came apart, then came back together the wrong way. And any creatures that didn't succumb were hunted by the ones that did. Oh, shit! I wouldn't have wanted to cross paths with this thing when it was a normal wolf, let alone whatever the hell this tangle of limbs and mouths is. Once I start running, I don't look back. The trees are dense enough to slow it down a bit, but I can't carry on like this uphill. Ismay! The voice comes from behind. When I look, he stopped next to a fallen tree, trying to shove it out of where it's lodged in the snow. Without a second thought, I double back. 1, 2, we strain against the trunk together. Wild, heaving breaths close in. Then the weight shifts. Not much of a plan, but whatever works. Thank goodness. You know, Ismay, I was joking when I suggested we run, but I'm glad you took it as a challenge. I don't like thinking of myself as an old man yet, but I could barely keep up. You know, when push comes to shove. Back at the lamplight, you seem to be struggling just to get through your story. Alma's cooking must be better than I gave her credit for if it's energized you this much. You know, all those vegetables in onion soup. All those vegetable. I knew I recognized the creator's name, so I looked them up. Yeah, yep, it's the artist behind Cucumber Quest. This is their like passion project now, and it's been really fun seeing them post about the story and the characters and stuff. Pet Veggie. Oh, you're lucky. He's in his box right now. Wow. His gaze is warm but intense. I should have known he saw through my act. Maybe right from the start. Maybe my coughing could have been more realistic. Whatever. But he offered to help me anyway. And judging from the look on his face, the offer is still open. Oh my god, the tone shift! I'm obsessed. Fine, alright. I'm not sick. That was all bullshit. I had a feeling. But I needed help getting to the temple, and pity works. You were right, you know. I was hoping it would rope in more of a bodyguard. We haven't died yet, so I'd say you could have done worse. Now, what is it you're after at the temple? When do they kiss? Slow burn. At the rate Teal plays games, we've got like 6 months. This is true. Buckle up. By the way, did you actually finish In Stars in Time? So I got to the point where everyone was suggesting that I play the rest of it all in one chunk. And I currently have that planned for next weekend. I think next Saturday is when I'm planning on finishing up the game. And then we'll finish it in one go. Unfortunately, all the people who wanted me to play the game are out of the state this weekend, so I couldn't fit it in my schedule. Because everyone's at a Final Fantasy convention. Now, what is it you're after at the temple? The greatest power in the world. I'm sure you know what I mean. The sovereignty. I've heard stories. Then you know no one would have taken me seriously if I told them I was actually looking for it. And even if someone did, why would they help me find it? Convince me then. Why should I? Look. You have that miracle flower you're after, right? I'm guessing there's someone you want to save no matter what. Well, I have that too. The sovereignty is my one hope of a world worth living in. And what makes you so certain it's in this place? There was a professor in the Mosaic who researched the legends. I read everything he wrote on the subject. There's no guarantee, but the temple was never totally ruled out as a lead. I went to see it for myself. And if you find nothing there, then what? Then I keep searching. Isn't that what you're doing? I have to explore every avenue. Maybe most treasure hunters have moved on, but I need this to be real. I'm sorry for lying to you, Loic, but I had to. They're having this like casual conversation in the middle of Monsterland. I think perhaps we've lingered too long. They howl, they scream. I don't stick around for another second. That fallen tree was a stroke of luck, and it doesn't strike twice. But maybe there's some other ways to slow them down. And just as I start looking around, my foot slips. I stumble into a patch of weeds before I even realize it. For a second, I think I've been tackled, so I panic and I scramble against a nearby tree. But those creatures are more patient than that. It can't be every day that they get entertainment like us. They close in, savoring their win, and I clench my eyes shut. And for some reason, despite everything, only for a single instant, I feel calm. Puppy. When I dare to look again, one of the things is too close. I see puffs of its breath as it leans in, sniffing at my face from every angle. Something about its attitude has changed. It's almost frustrated. Its eyes sear into mine for what feels like forever. Then it pulls away. One by one, the other beasts follow their leader back into the woods, until the two of us are left alone. Are they, like, not allowed to touch her? What was that? Are you all right? What the hell? I try to stand, but my useless ankle buckles under my weight. Shit. Easy. Let me see. Worse than I thought. It might even be broken. I don't want to risk trying to put pressure on it again. So, what are the chances of you carrying me up the rest of the way? He smiles. Slim. Let's try something else. And there's something in his hand. A little notebook bound with string. He opens it, then flips through the pages, passing what looks like dozens of pressed flowers. The yellow rose means mending, in short. In the mosaic, it's come to symbolize friendship. Another case of the simplification that makes flower language easier to sell. He stops at a certain page and brushes his fingers against the dull, dry petals of a rose. I'm fond of that one, though. It's nice to think of a friendship as something that can be mended, no matter how severe the break. As he goes on, the flower seems to come alive beneath his hands. I blink hard. I've got to be imagining it, but there it is, full and vibrant as the second it was picked. He returns his attention to me, and I notice that strange calm again. The air turns soft and heavy, as if warmed by his voice. Take heart. Not all things fall neatly into place, but this will. It just happens. My ankle was broken, and then it isn't. I pull it closer to look. No wounds, no bruise, nothing. And when I glance back at his notebook, the rose has completely withered away. Ooh, cute. He's a little flower wizard or something. Okay, you too, Runic. I was also, I'm scheduling the game with your schedule in mind as well. Hopefully you're free next weekend. I knew it. The flower you gave me when we left. That was magic too. They all are. Even those. He nods to the few dandelions poking through the frost, their petals scattered on the snow. Mundanity. But this is the sort of thing that's kept me busy in Tarn for the few months I've been here. I'm not a healer exactly, but I can manage enough to make myself useful. I've dealt with my fair share of difficulty in the mosaic, so I try not to be too forthcoming with the details. You said you come from a religious family, so I'm sure you understand. That's one way of putting it. Well, consider this a show of good faith. You've been kind enough to share your secret with me, after all. How does it work? Oh, no. That conversation would take all night. Ask me back at the lamplight, and I'll tell you all about it. Sure, that'd be nice. For now. He helps me up to my feet, and I take a moment to shake the snow from my cloak. Shall we? The flower glossary has been added. Oh, cute! Oh my gosh. Policia means fire. A perennial popular in the mosaic for its vivid, hardy flowers. Historically loved by a queen of the pre-mosaic nation of Pales, for whom it was given its modern name. From the readings of Kesserat, give unto us a single ember, a blinding spark to open the dawn. Loic's commentary. The Policia is a textbook example of how meanings tend to shift with color. Flower runs the gamut between gold and deep red, the former conveying feelings of warmth and comfort, while the latter evokes a power of wild, destructive flame. Hold on, I want to look up this, if this is a... I want to look up this flower. If it's real. Because, like, a rose is real, and a dandelion is real. Okay, so when I look it up, I only get Gigi's Tumblr. So this might be their flower. Cute. Okay. I read that the character profiles update. Ooh, yeah, I'll check them out every once in a while. That's a good idea. Dandelion. A perennial herb with sunny flowers. Sunny yellow flowers. Though generally considered a weed, the common dandelion possesses significant medicinal and culinary value. From the readings of Kesserat, word without wit, wind without breath, feather among the flock. Loic's commentary. It's somewhat rare for phamic meanings to align with the popular perception of a flower, as in this case. Really, the dandelion is anything but mundane, but I'll admit that the shift in reputation makes it a bit easier to work with. Hello, Seaside Hermit. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yellow rose. Accent rose. Meaning physical mending. That which is broken, set right. An ancient cultivar. Cultivar? Is this also a type of flower? I know I'm only familiar with perennial. Cultivar. A plant variety that has been produced in cultivation by selective breeding.
Cultivar.
Okay. Selected for its purity of meaning, distinguished. An ancient cultivar selected for its purity of meaning, distinguishing it from the vast majority of modern garden roses. Its resistance to cold made it attractive to the early settlers of Tarn. From the readings of Kesserat, I am brought under, brought within. I am made and remade. Loic's commentary. It's something of a miracle that the accent rose has endured this long, let alone managed to gain some popularity within the mosaic. It is frequently mistaken for the tower rose, another common hybrid with which it shares some ancestry, but I find that the disparity in nuance between their meanings is minor enough to work around. That Google TTS jump scare, yeah. Almighty God of language, lend us your eyes, and we will see truth. Lend us your hands, and we will guard life. Lend us your tongue, and we will speak power. The temple is quiet and barren. In other words, more or less what I expected. Yet stepping through the door sends a chill through me all the same. More than anything, though, I can't see shit. One moment, I have just the thing. Another flower. No, let me. I brought a flashlight. Oh, wonderful. That's much more convenient. The Hollow Temple. Who's this? I guess the god of this place? Why the uncertainty? Don't you recognize them from your dream? Yeah. Does that mean you are still streaming your whole desktop audio? You say still as if I have any plans to change that. If I wasn't streaming my desktop audio, then you guys wouldn't hear the wonderful Google Translate TTS that I have to subject you to. Zod thinks he's gonna mess with my audio settings. Good luck. Yeah. The people of Axend were monotheists originally. Over time, various aspects of their god came to be worshipped as separate entities. This is Tannum, the aspect of truth. Traditionally, you're supposed to confess any acts of dishonesty before their image. Oh, sorry for pretending to be sick. But I already came clean about that, so I should be all squared away, right? I don't see why not. Really, it's more of an encouragement to make amends with the people you've wronged. Let's have a look around. So, what was this temple built for? Any ideas? Hard to say. The entrance is the only part that feels anything like a place of worship. When explorers found it, there were traps around every corner. It took years for the path to be opened even this far. You know a lot. Everyone needs a hobby. Though I doubt I'm telling you anything you haven't read. I only cared about whether the sovereignty could be here. Didn't get too into the details. No, but this place was the talk of the tower for years. All the ancient discovery reports on TV. But maybe those were before your time. Maybe. You haven't missed much, then. At the end of all that fuss, they didn't find anything. You could say it put a damper on the whole treasure hunting craze. What, everyone gave up because one ruin turned out to be empty? There was a bit more to it than that, but essentially, yes. But I've done enough to lower your expectations, haven't I? Why don't we see for ourselves what they found? The central chamber is pure darkness, almost as if we've stepped into a void. At least until Ismay's flashlights reveal the walls. Plain stone on every side. You know, I actually have my own theory about this place. Do tell. I think it's fake. This room most of all. What we're seeing doesn't exist. It's like a shared hallucination. That's certainly an interesting theory. But you can feel it, can't you? Something's off. My footsteps slow. You think it's some sort of illusion, then? Not quite. Illusions are new magic, the kind of trick any kid in the mosaic can do. This is something else. Something older. Like the magic you've been nice enough to demonstrate for me. You seem stumped. Well, let me tell you something else. I didn't put on the sick girl act for whatever random treasure hunter happened to feel sorry for me. I came here for you. Her voice slowly circles me in the darkness. You had a bit of a reputation back home, didn't you? The Messenger, a normal little flower shop where people in the know could buy magic. I had my doubts, but you did away with those real quick. Couldn't resist showing off to a cute, helpless girl, I guess. And where did you hear all of this about me? I bring my hand to my chest, feeling for a familiar flower pinned there, touching upon a memory. Let's just say I had a reliable source. But I'm sick of talking, aren't you? Why don't we get down to business? I do think that'll be a bit hard under these conditions, Ismay. Let's have some light. And there she is, her features shadowed by a velvety hood. A new cloak woven from nothing in the blink of an eye, still fresh and crackling with the energy of creation. This is artisanry, so-called new magic, but certainly no child's trick. See? The light I've summoned falls strangely on the floor, piercing more than the shadows. Your magic is the key. Even a little spark shows this place for what it really is. You can get me in. But you already knew that, right? After all, you've been here before. I watch my reflection fading in and out of the impossibly rippling stone. When I agreed to be your escort, it was in the hope of convincing you that there was nothing here. But I've badly underestimated you, Ismay. I see that now. So let me tell you the truth. This place fills me with dread. You're right. I've stood here once before, many years ago. I felt the same then. I strongly believe that whatever sleeps here should never be woken, whether it's the sovereignty or anything worse. And now that I've done as I promised you, I think I should be on my way. I am not eager to delve any further into the secrets of the past. Oh, that's fine. I'm not telling you to be eager. I'm telling you. I'm telling you to do it. That's crazy. That was a crazy reveal. Holy shit. Now, let's stay calm. A shot rings out, searing my arm. I stumble to the floor. Did you not hear me? I said I'm sick of talking. I don't have all night. Well, stop, please. I'll do as you say. That's more like it. But let me ask one thing first. Why not? Go ahead. Who is this person you're hoping to save by doing all of this? Save? Oh my god! You actually believed that stupid shit? Listen, you want to know who all of this is for? Me. But you're free to keep thinking of the sovereignty as my dead wife flower if that makes you feel better. I see. Well, thank you for your honesty. Dude, her tits looked great there. The white dawn's eye. In simple terms, light. Coincidentally, the first flower I read for the man who brought me to this place. I was a boy, lured by stories of illuminating the past, recovering the lost knowledge of the old world. I lent my power to his cause. Then I saw what he was truly after, and I turned my back on him. At least he allowed me that. With some effort, I withdraw my notebook and let it fall open into my lap. If the sovereignty exists here, then it has eluded treasure hunters in the backyard of the mosaic for half a century. Yet only a surface reading of light was enough to shake its final line of defense. Why? a particular page stops me. The sight calls a hazy memory of Tannum to my mind. Not the statue at the entrance, but a smaller image displayed in a relative's home once upon a time. I remember the brilliant sun rose that was always placed in a dish of water before the god, to be ritually invoked as soon as it began to wilt. In flower language, the sun rose falls toward the esoteric end of the scale, its meaning significant only to the followers of a dead faith. It seems to say, only for our people, only for our children. Not for me, I think. You look like you have an idea. Certainly not for this woman. But I feel a deadly brush against the back of my neck as she urges me on. Share with the class. Pleasing my ancestors is beyond me at this point. Still, a useless apology flits through my mind before I turn toward the task at hand. At a simple acknowledgement, the dawn's eye opens to me, and I read, "Where you walk, sight of fame, let truth not hide." Bit by bit, the enchantment begins to unravel. The room as we see it melting away. A rush of cold is the first sensation to tear through the veil. Fresh flecks of snow on our faces, clouds of warmth from our lips, then the sound of trickling water. We stand in a courtyard. A fountain blanketed with lilies in vivid shades of blue and pink. Ornate pillars on all sides inscribed with the words of the poet. Ooh, this is so pretty! This hollow temple is the most complete remnant of Axon to survive into the modern world. But that isn't what I've been brought here for, is it? At the center of the pool stands a peculiar door. Otherworldly light issues forth as a deep, resonant voice envelops us. Children of the Creator, come. Without hesitation, Ismay drops her weapon to the floor and throws herself into the light. Her gun? She's just, okay, sure. But what compels me to approach? I place my hand through the door, and a palpable shift in atmosphere sends me reeling as if from a burn. Somehow I can feel the massive distance that lies between this side and the other. How many adventurers' hands fell short in the years before this moment? And if what lies beyond really is the power to remake the world, then what have I done? This time, I can't look away. I must steel myself and walk through. To a place built not by humans, not even by artisanry. A hall so pristine that every step feels almost improper. A realm divine. The Sovereign Hall. Well, this seems like a great place to stop. Holy moly! I love the world so far. I'm so curious about everything. I can't believe she's a clown. Yeah. I technically knew she was a clown from like art I've seen, but I did not know to what degree. And I definitely did not know she had a gun. That was crazy. Yeah, I really like the technology levels in this world. Like, it's really neat. I really like it. The mix of like magic and tech and like, it's sort of like post-apocalyptic-y. Very fun. Very good. Wow. Well, I can't. I think we'll be playing that. I'll probably do it weekly. I know that there's only 2 chapters out right now. I believe the creator is working on the 3rd. I don't remember exactly how long it is. I don't think it's too long, so this won't be another like in Stars and Time situation. But it'll probably entertain me for, you know, a month or 2. Was that the first chapter? I don't even know. I'm not even done. I don't even know where the chapter ends. I'm kind of just stopping because it feels right. So we are on chapter 1 still, I believe. Wow. All right, we'll wrap it up there then, and I'll start looking for someone to raid. Is this by the same devs as Slay the Princess? I don't think so. Because I think it's mostly just, I think it's just GG. And with some extra bits by other people. Yeah, I think it's probably just like a common visual novel save system. Yeah, Toby Fox did some of the music. God, I'm still reeling from that fucking gun reveal. That was crazy. That was so funny. Oh my god, is Pokemon out? I forgot that was a thing. Man, what do you mean I gotta play the new Pokemon game? How have I seen no one talking about it? Awkward. They're too busy playing it. That's true. So many people are doing art today. Oh my god, I follow so many art streamers. Did y'all hear about the huge Pokemon leak? Game Freak's roadmap through 2030? Wait, what? Oh my god. Yikes, that's huge. Anything good? Alright, we're gonna raid Lolly. Mega Starmie? Oh my god. It's obviously not confirmed, but with the amount of details and documents like spreadsheets and physics tests, it seems likely. Damn. Well, sucks for whoever got in trouble for that. Yikes. Alright, I'll see you guys later. No stream tomorrow morning because Critical Role. But I will be streaming on Saturday. With Zod, we're going to be playing a level of Escape Simulator. Which I'm excited for. I haven't played that game in a hot minute. But we'll get to find out if we are if we can successfully do puzzles together. I'm excited. I'm excited to experience this. And then Sunday I'll be doing I'm playing Dark Souls with Bo. It's gonna be a whole thing. I'm really scared. And then we're doing Fortnite later that night. Yeah. A lot of stuff going on. All right, I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.